Andhra Pradesh. Can we have a big round of applause for him, please? I invite and welcome Mr. P.S. Pradyumna, Secretary to Chief Minister, Government of Andhra Pradesh, to please come and join us on stage. Dr. J.B.V. Reddy, Mission Director, National Quantum Mission. Mr. Bhaskar Katmanoni, IT, Electronics, Communication, RTG and HRD, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Sridhar C.V., Head, India Strategic Initiatives, ACAD, COIN. Dr. K.N. Satyanarayana, Director, IIT, Tirupati. Dr. J.B.V. Reddy, Mission Director, National Quantum Mission. Mr. Devroot Dhar, Co-founder and CEO, Primus Partners Private Limited. Mr. Amit Singhi, Director and CTO, IBM. Mr. Srinivas Rao Alluri, Chairman and Co-founder, QMU Labs. Mr. Vishal Chatrat, Co-founder and CEO, Quantrol OX. Mr. Ganesh Srinivasan, Partner SDE Manager, Microsoft India Development Center. Mr. Robert Morrow, CEO, Pascal. Can we have a big round of applause for all of them, please? It's a great pleasure to invite and welcome everybody on this stage. Thank you. We can take the seats, please. I request and invite Mr. P.S. Pradyumna, Secretary to Chief Minister, Government of Andhra Pradesh, to give the welcome address and set the context.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to all our distinguished speakers and delegates. It is wonderful to see so many brilliant minds gathered here, especially for a quantum session scheduled right before lunch. This is the perfect time of day. The mind is sharp, curiosity is high, and hunger has only started negotiating. Excellent conditions for discussing quantum. And I must confess, this session is very close to my heart. Our quantum journey in Andhra Pradesh began in February when Professor Kamakoti, the director of IIT Chennai, told our Honorable Chief Minister something simple yet powerful. He said, if Andhra Pradesh wants to lead the future, it should take quantum seriously, and Amravati must someday host a quantum computer. That advice collapsed our wave function, and we chose our path and marched forward. With the Department of Science and Technology and the National Quantum Mission guiding us, our ambition only grew stronger. Our first major milestone came with IBM, TCS and L&T. Through this partnership, India's first 133-qubit IBM quantum computer is coming to Amravati. A milestone so strong that even classical computers would applaud it. After this agreement, our Honorable Chief Minister announced the Quantum Valley in the presence of Honorable Prime Minister on May 2nd. What began as a concept in February became an announcement in May with IBM, TCS and L&T as partners. If you ever needed proof of delivery, this is it. But our Chief Minister and our IT Minister were clear from day one. Just having a quantum computer is not enough. Andhra Pradesh must not be a state that only produces engineers to build applications for someone else's hardware. We must design and build products here, because that is where real wealth creation happens. And in a world with new technology toll gates appearing every day, we must build an Atmanirbhar Andhra. When we opened up the components of a quantum computer, not literally, we realized something exciting. Much of those components can be built in India, in Amravati. Whether it is dilution refrigerator, amplifier, cables, control system, startups are already working on this. We realized that all these things can be made in Amravati. They only need the right ecosystem. And the ecosystem was a reference facility, a continuous talent pool, and investors. Andhra Pradesh is creating exactly this. That is why the Amravati Quantum Valley will become the global hub for applications, testing, and hardware in quantum technologies. And let me add, we want to build every quantum computer here, not just the superconducting ones, but also photonic, ion trap, neutral atom, topological material, and many other architectures that are emerging across the world. Any state can attempt this. AP will simply do it better and faster, because AP is the only state that has a state quantum mission, which will soon have a senior person from the industry at the helm. AP is the only state which has got a quantum policy being launched today by the IT Secretary and the Honorable IT Minister. AP is the only state which is having 800 colleges offering minors in quantum and 60 colleges offering majors in quantum. AP is the only state which yesterday conducted a MOU with Wiser to train 50,000 students every year in quantum. And above all, AP is the only state which has leadership which combines vision, technological understanding, and real world sense. So if you are thinking big, if you are thinking bold, and if you are thinking quantum, then come to Andhra Pradesh, the only government with the least decoherence. Qubits may need ultra cold temperatures inside a clean room, but the people working on them need warmth, support, and encouragement. And that we assure you. Under the leadership of our Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu and our Honorable IT Minister Nara Lokesh, Andhra Pradesh represents a superposition of vision and humility. Please come and get entangled with us. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request to play a sectoral video? Thank you. With this, may I now invite Honorable Minister for HRD, ITNC, RTG Government of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Nara Lokesh, to please deliver the keynote address.
Full disclaimer, I'm the worst person to deliver a keynote address on this subject. I have very limited understanding of this sector. I'm learning. I'm humbled to be in presence of such an amazing panel, and I actually look forward to hearing from all of you. All I can say is that first you need to dream before you can execute. In Andhra Pradesh, we not only dream, but we also execute. And that is why we are one of the very first states to have a quantum mission, an action plan, a roadmap that can actually deliver on Government of India's vision. Our entire Quantum Valley in Amravati is centered around 4 pillars. The first one, of course, being deployment of the actual quantum computer and then building out the entire use cases and the research that is required. The second bit is, of course, the entire software development around it. Third is the talent ecosystem, which is what I think Pradyumna quite eloquently put it together. And the fourth part, highly ambitious, which is the hardware manufacturing. I believe that India can do it and do it right. And I believe Andhra Pradesh as a state can lead this entire initiative from the front. So as I said, full disclaimer, so when our Chief Minister, Mr. Naidu, stated that quantum mission and we want to bring the quantum computer, I actually went to ChatGPT. I said, give me a 2-page note on what exactly is a quantum computer, what should be a mission. So that is the kind of knowledge that I have about this particular sector. But through being a Stanford MBA, I use ChatGPT effectively and then putting it all together and actually creating a mission now. So we're really excited, and I look forward to hearing from the panelists here on what we can do as policymakers, as politicians, and how the entire mission can actually result in tangible outcomes in the grassroots level, and how this would really transform not just Andhra but India standing globally, and in this particular sector actually make India number one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request all the Minister and all the panelists to please rise for the release of the quantum policy. Can we have the quantum policy also? And I also request Mr. Bhaskar if you can also join us on the stage. Can we have a big round of applause? I request all to hold it so that we can take one photo opportunity with this release, please. Can we have a big round of applause, please? Thank you so much. Moving on to the next, I request Dr. J.B.V. Reddy, Mission Director, National Quantum Mission, to brief on the National Quantum Mission, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from the Department of Science and Technology on behalf of National Quantum Mission. Honorable Minister for IT and Electronics, Shri Nara Lokesh garu, Shri Pradyuman garu, Shri Bhaskar garu, Sachinan garu, and all the distinguished dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It is a great honor and a privilege to address the august gathering at this landmark summit. I extend a special welcome to all the industry leaders, academicians, industry partners, government policymakers, and quantum innovators who have joined us today, and particularly to all the stakeholders partnering with the government of Andhra Pradesh and signing MOUs as a part of India's quantum journey. Your partnership reflects our shared belief that India will emerge as a global quantum leader. The National Quantum Mission is a key pillar in realizing the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Vikasit Bharat 2047. This mission aims to foster self-reliance, strengthen India's innovation ecosystem, and boost global competitiveness. Department of Science and Technology is implementing the National Quantum Mission along with the key ministries like DRDO, DOS, DAE, MIT, and DOT with clear governance framework and measurable milestones. Department of Science and Technology established 4 thematic hubs: Computing Hub at IISc Bengaluru, Communication Hub at IIT Madras and CDOT, Sensing and Metrology Hub at IIT Bombay, and Materials and Devices Hub at IIT Delhi. These T hubs brought in about 150 researchers from 43 institutions across India. One of the key strengths of these thematic hubs lies in their multidisciplinary approach, effectively bridging the gap between the cutting-edge research and industry needs by fostering technology development, nurturing skilled human resources, supporting startup industry partnerships, and international collaborations. The Government of India remains deeply committed to empower startups as vital engines of innovation and economic development. Through the National Quantum Mission, targeted support has been extended to potential startups, including funding, infrastructure access, and expert mentorship. This initiative aims to cultivate robust ecosystem for quantum-driven innovation, entrepreneurship growth, and build bridges between the cutting-edge research and practical application, profiling India's advancement in the field of quantum science. To strengthen capacity building in quantum technologies, the National Quantum Mission, in collaboration with AICTE, developed a comprehensive curriculum for a BTech minor and MTech in quantum technologies. 2 dedicated calls have also been launched, one on quantum algorithms to accelerate application-oriented development, another on undergraduate teaching laboratories in quantum technologies to foster hands-on learning among young talent. Furthermore, a rolling call for startups has been launched to provide continuous support to early-stage ventures across all the 4 quantum verticals. At the outset, I extend my gratitude to the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri N. Chandrababu Naidu Garu, for the groundbreaking initiative of the establishment of Quantum Valley in Amaravati. Quantum Valley is envisaged as a shared playground where academia, industry, and startup co-develop the technologies, build secure systems, and create scalable quantum solutions. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu and the dynamic execution drive of Honorable Minister Shri Nara Lokesh Garu, this state has moved from the vision to transformative action at an extraordinary speed, quantum speed. Amaravati Quantum Valley, emerging as India's premier quantum center and dedicated state quantum policy, TCS-IBM partnership, and bridging world-class infrastructure and strategic collaborations, evidenced by today's MOU signings. The National Quantum Mission views Amaravati Quantum Valley as a strategic national anchor. Together, we can ensure that India not only participates in the global quantum revolution, but leads it with innovation, collaboration, and vision. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call Mr. Bhaskar Katmaneni to present the Amravati Quantum Valley and quantum policy, please.
Honorable Minister for IT, RTGS, HRD, and other distinguished panel members, panelists on the stage, and all the dignitaries and the participants in this session. So I'll be presenting the Amravati Quantum Valley Incentive Package Policy. So the whole theme of the thing is that the companies which are investing in the quantum sector, this is a very niche area, would be very capital intensive, and this cannot be treated like any other normal IT or any kind of an industry. So the whole philosophy of this thing is that the initial capital support that would be required would be high, and the state is willing to give that kind of a support financially and otherwise in terms of policy to ensure that it will make it worthwhile for the companies. If you look at the policy, the 6 pillars of what we did is that we started with the policy has come out after a lot of consultation. It's not that a policy has just born out yesterday. We started with a workshop, and then we got dedicated space first allocated for the park, and then we have a policy formulated. We had the expert and the apex committees. Expert and apex committees are purely led by the industry and academia with very minute, participation from the government side to the extent that is required to, so that the industry and the academia drives the policy rather than it is handed over by the government. And then we had this partnership going on. We also did a quantum algorithm workshop in which more than 200 companies participated, and I'm happy to inform that half of them have actually applied for the algorithms, and I think JVB Reddy sir can tell that I think more than 50% of the applications are from Andhra. I think 60%. So we are all not only issuing a policy, but we are also ensuring that we work for the companies to apply for the grants and apply for the thing both at the National Quantum Mission and also at the State Quantum Mission. We have the State Quantum Mission firmly established. It is chaired by the Honorable Chief Minister and also has members, Honorable Minister, IT as a member, the Finance and IT departments are. It's a very lean thing, but so that we were very nimble and take quick decisions. We have formed the Amravati Quantum Computing Company. We just formed a company, is a Section 8 company, whose only mandate is to basically build the building, bring in the system, and make it available for all people, which includes corporates to run their applications, do their algorithms, to the research organizations to use it for their R&D, for the students to test it out, and also for algorithm makers to prepare their algorithms and test it out. It will be made available to all of them, and it is going to be an equal opportunity kind of a thing. Everybody can access it. That will be made available. Orders are also placed with the for the computer, and we are expecting that I think the computer is ready. The building is getting ready. Once that is ready, the system will come and the access will be given to all the people to start. This would be the large scale quantum computer which is physically situated in the country. I would say the entire Asia, South Asia, because in Asia I think only Japan, Korea and China have it, and a little bit of more countries in the West have it. So this is what we want to try through AQCC to give it access to everybody. And then today the policy that we are releasing. So we are releasing the policy, but the applications that come under the policy to process it, the structures are already established. That means that today we have released the policy. From tomorrow we can start giving out the incentive packages to the companies. So we need not wait. So we release the policy today. From tomorrow we can start that. Both the Apex Committee and expert committees have started working. They got a bunch of proposals. I think around 25 to 30 proposals have come, and they have cleared many of the projects. So those projects are now good to go. Today we release the policy. From tomorrow we'll start issuing the government orders for the companies, and the companies can start planning their activities, starting the projects. So, and then we have today doing MOUs more than 30 organizations, which includes both academic organizations, skilling organizations, startups, application makers, hardware manufacturers, high performance computers companies. This is basically what we are trying to do. There will be these are the areas we were looking at: design and development, we are looking at software and architecture development, quantum hardware manufacturing, labs, IT office space will be there, quantum application developments, and advanced foundational research and quantum technology. We are trying to cover the entire value chain. So both on the software side, hardware side, manufacturing side, algorithm side, high performance computing side, and also on the talent side. So the entire ecosystem is being covered through the policy. This is a global quantum ecosystem. All the people in the room very well know that it's not available everywhere. Only the couple of countries have the capabilities, and we are joining them. In US, Europe, Asia, that's what we are saying. This is about National Quantum Mission. Reddy Sahab has covered about the National Quantum Mission, about the 4 thematic hubs, and our State Quantum Mission works in very close coordination. I would say not in very close coordination. They just work like twins. So our policy and our State Quantum Mission is closely tied to the National Quantum Mission. in a sense that the members in the machine at many times are the same, so that it is very seamless. It's not that one is working at cross purpose with others. They work seamlessly. We ensure that the system works that way. And in key issues which we thought are required for the policy, these are the things. Infrastructure, the main focus was to have a low cost of entry, build and retain talent, enable POCs, de-risk the pilots. When I go into the details of the policy, you will understand why I'm using that word, and create technology standards, and also have an ecosystem development. And interventions, physical intervention, I say, we are building on a 50-acre campus, we are building the Quantum Valley Towers. This will be having a space of 90 lakh square feet. Around about 80,000 to a lakh people can work from this area. Imagine a lakh people working from a particular area on a very specific area. A good ecosystem, a good vibe is going to be created, and not very far from the towers. We are creating a quantum hardware park where we will offer land parcels, built up infrastructure to all the companies in the hardware sector. We want the chips to be manufactured here, to be tested here. We want all the components from the cryogenics and also everything to be manufactured. Our aim is that in the next 24 months, the first indigenously, 100% indigenously built and tested system should be coming out of the Amaravati Quantum Park. This is the aim with which we are working. We know the timelines are tight, and we have never done that. In fact, in all the revolution, the IT revolution and all, we miss the hardware part. We've always done very well in the software part. We just miss the hardware part. In the quantum, at least, we don't want to do, because we don't have many competitors. We have Japan, China, of course. What they do, nobody knows. Japan, Korea, and a bit of West is there. And then we have the time, we have the energies, and we don't want to miss this bus, and we want to create products out of this country. And we know that when India creates products, we would be giving a good value proposition to the world, because we can manufacture at very frugal cost, which we have seen, and we will offer to the world. That's what we want to do it out of here. Market environment, there will be an annual quantum computing event in AP. Every year from this year, we are going to do this event. All the hardware, software, algorithm companies across the world will congregate, and this will become an event in the world event map, that everybody is coming. Like today, we discuss, we deliberate. Not everything that we do might be right. We would like to hear from you. We would want to do mid-course correction, correct ourselves, take your ideas. Every year we will improve it and ensure that next time we meet, it's a better thing that we are doing, and do mid-course correction. That's what we do. And then we are also talking about a lot of research support. Till now, all the policies we have given out are very specifically geared towards the industry. But in quantum, we are giving equal importance for the universities and research institutions, both government and private sector. They get equal benefit here if they are working on the quantum area. So we will be subsidizing them, we will be funding them, we will be giving them policy support. This is what we are trying to do because of the uniqueness and the niche area of the quantum. And in terms of quantum development and skilling also, there is a bit there for everybody. There will be common clean room facilities available. Cryogenic base and testing labs would be there. That's what we are trying to do. Getting into the brass tacks of that, we are releasing, if you can see that, if you startups and academic research, we are giving a grant, and we are matching the grant with the, we'll also ensure that they can get grant from NQM grants also. We match the same grant, and subsidize access to our AQCC. Try to give it either subsidized or almost free of cost. Seed funding, you can see we have been handsomely giving, and go-to-market support, you can see that kind of support that is getting is very handsome for the companies. And then accelerator programs also, there is a support. And then reimbursement on patent expenses, rental subsidy, we're talking about 100% rental subsidy in notified areas. And then marketing support, we're talking about government pilot programs would be available. So we want to walk the talk where we'll start using the quantum applications in government. different areas of government, huge data sets available, and a lot of applications are possible. So where company can use our data, use the quantum physical facilities, build algorithms, test it out on the sandbox data that we make available, create your products and services, and then go to the market and scale it up. That's what possible we want to do. So, and then in terms of hardware and component manufacturers, we will be giving the land at subsidized cost, and early bird incentives almost 50% of the cost. Any project which is less than 50 crores, we are going up to 50% capital subsidies for the initial projects, and then later on we will 30% will be given to everybody, even if projects are less than 50 crores, and anything more than 50 crores, the amount of money subsidy that is available would be over and above this. So it all depends on the size of the project and the value proposition which is there. And in terms of hardware components and all, I've spoken in terms of manpower also. We are also trying to take care of the higher cost of the skilled and semi-skilled, and SGST reimbursement is 100%, power subsidies are there, stamp duties are 100% exempted, that we take care. And for quantum applications also, we have clearly put out everything, and you can see that we are talking big numbers. So 10 crores, 50 crores kind of investment, that subsidies that would be available because of the niche area of this area. This policy would be available online. Today we are releasing it. It will be available on our website. So you can go through the policy in detail. Just trying to even for high performance computing also, because that would be required and part of the ecosystem, that also we are taking care in terms of policy support, incentive support that we are doing. So in fact we would say the sky is the limit for all these things, and never has been attempted this kind of a very deep capital kind of a support for all the companies. We understand that these are all very nascent technologies. There would be a bit of risk involved because there are 4 or 5 competing technologies are involved today. So we want to de-risk that by providing a lot of support. That's what we are trying, and I use this opportunity to all the participants here and the companies to use this, and and in fact a lot of you have already applied under the policy. Waiting for the policy to be released today, and then from tomorrow onwards I will start processing and issuing out to the government orders, so that all of us can start working on both the hardware and the software part of the quantum. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Mr. Sridhar CV, who would be the moderator for this discussion. I request to take the session forward, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone, and thank you all for joining this wonderful session, and thank you for giving us this opportunity. My name is Sridhar. I head the Quantum Technologies Group and India Strategic Initiatives, and leading the TCS IBM relationship for Amravati Quantum Valley. I've been associated with this initiative since May, and I'm proud to be part of this entire initiative. And today with us we have a wonderful panel. Many leaders here on the panel, and also I see many leaders in the audience, and many of you will be signing the MOUs, all sharing one common vision to make Amravati as one of the top 5 global hubs. So that is a vision with which we are all working together, and that deserves a good applause from all of you. Again, so in Andhra Pradesh, so Amravati means inspiration, innovation and impact, and you see all these 3 things happening simultaneously, and some of the speakers will highlight their experiences of associating with Amravati. So I'll start with Roberto. So Roberto is our partner for TCS as well. So he represents Pascal. So he has flew in for this event at a very short notice. Roberto, can you highlight your vision and what you're bringing to Amravati?
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, I'm extremely happy to be here today. Thank you for the invitation, and so we will be signing an MOU this afternoon, obviously. Very happy about that. Maybe let me spend just a few words to introduce Pascal. So Pascal is a global leader in neutral atom quantum computing. The company was created in 2019 in France. One of our co-founders, we have 5 co-founders. One of them is a Nobel Prize of Physics 2022. His name is Alain Aspect. Another of the co-founders actually had 15 years of engineering and industry experience before setting up Pascal. And so Pascal was born from day one with quite a unique vision of full stack quantum computing. Of course, other companies have come to that, but for Pascal, this was like a decision from day one. Full stack, I mean hardware, middleware, software, and applications on top of the hardware, so that we could bring value to our customers early on. So Pascal today is, in addition to having a partnership with TCS, we also have a global partnership with IBM. And you might think, why 2 companies that have 2 different hardware modalities would partner? Well, actually, IBM chose Pascal and Pascal chose IBM because we are the 2 leaders in our unique modalities, and because we have the similar approach of bringing useful applications to market. The other thing is that we have a common vision of quantum-centric high-performance computing. Quantum computing will not replace classical computing. It is a natural evolution of the high-performance computing industry, from CPUs to GPUs and now to what we call QPUs. So Pascal has sold 5 quantum computers globally. We have delivered 3. And actually just this week, there was a big event in Europe with the inauguration of 2 of our computers, one in France and one in Germany, in the context of the European HPCQS initiative. The 3rd computer we delivered is to Saudi Arabia, to Saudi Aramco. This is actually the largest quantum computer ever delivered to a customer, and it is also, quite unique that it is an enterprise customer and not a research center. Of course, all of you know Saudi Aramco. It's the largest oil and gas company in the world. And so Pascal is, even though we are still a scale-up, we're not a startup anymore, but we're not a large company. We're a scale-up company, but we have a global footprint. Our headquarters is in France, near Paris, where we have our first manufacturing plant. We opened the 2nd manufacturing plant in Canada, in Sherbrooke. So we have a pretty big team in Sherbrooke. We announced in October the opening of our offices in Chicago, in the US. Of course, we have a presence in Saudi Arabia through the partnership with Saudi Aramco, so we have a team there. And also in October, we announced the opening of a partnership with LG Electronics for Korea. And now we are extremely excited to come to India and see what we can bring. So that was your question, what we can bring to India. Well, first of all, we think we can bring the connections to the ecosystems of Europe, Canada, North America, Saudi Arabia, and Korea. We really look forward to making those connections. Of course, you have some of those already, but we look forward to strengthening those. And what we proposed for the Amaravati Quantum Valley is a mid to long-term plan where we would start from day one focusing on software and applications development, because this is where the value lies today. Of course, the value lies in hardware, and Andhra Pradesh is totally correct to focus on hardware, but that will take a little bit of time. So we're planning on bringing one of our computers to Andhra Pradesh, into the Amaravati Quantum Valley, as soon as we have the possibility to develop hybrid algorithms. So we would like a GPU infrastructure to be in place in order to leverage the classical and the quantum infrastructure. And then, of course, maybe most importantly for Andhra Pradesh, we look forward to working with the whole ecosystem to develop the supply chain on software and on hardware. I will stop here.
Thank you, Roberto. So while IBM brings the superconducting technology, Pascal brings a neutral atom technology, which is also going to come to Amravati. So we hope Pascal will open their office soon. And India will be joining joining few countries where we will have quantum computers of multiple technologies together, and that is happening with Amravati as the epicenter. And the session is about Atmanirbharta. So it is not about doing all alone. It's also about bringing partners like Pascal, IBM, etc. together and do even bigger things. And that is what we are trying to do here. We'll now move to Devrup ji. Devrujji, we've been tracking developments that are happening globally. So, what kind of use cases are being built across the world, and what are the things that are happening in India? And this is extremely important for the state of Andhra Pradesh because there's a massive skilling program that is going on, and the children are very much excited about the kind of use cases that they would like to work on. Could you highlight some of these things, please?
Thanks, Sridhar. First of all, I would like to compliment the state of Andhra Pradesh for its vision in quantum technology, for releasing the policy, being probably the first state to do that. Before I specifically come to your point on use cases and what it means and what can be done, probably take a step back. If we look at quantum and how it has evolved over the last few years, it's a technology, everyone is saying it's in a nascent stage, but something which is very important. And I would probably take a step forward and say in the next 5 to 10 years, it's a technology which would probably define sovereignty of countries, sovereignty of economies. I would not want my data to be compromised in any way by any other ecosystem, etc. And that's the importance quantum has. If you look at investments globally over the last few years, probably most of it has been in US, in China, and in some parts of Europe, in some parts of Southeast Asia, etc. And this step taken by Andhra Pradesh government to bring in investment in Amravati is a very definitive moment in the country, something which is important. The policy, another good part of the policy dovetails into the National Quantum Mission, and it doesn't try to create something very different from what is there. So the moment you have a policy at a central level looking at $1 billion investment and a policy at a state level, and these two dovetailing together, you create an ecosystem which is very important. Coming to the use cases, and use cases are there across different sectors. You look at healthcare and pharma. Any space where you have a significant amount of data which needs to be analyzed and which needs to be analyzed very quickly, you have a definite use case for using quantum computers because traditional conventional computing would take significantly more time to analyze and give you result than a quantum computer. So if I'm looking at pharma research, I'm looking at drug discovery, I'm looking at clinical trials, then having quantum computing may be able to cut down my timeline for a new drug discovery from years to a significantly lesser amount of time. Similarly, if I look at financial services, for the amount of frauds which can happen, financial services, I would want my data to be secure, to be encrypted. Once again, a significant use case for quantum computer. Similarly, you look at any other place, whether it's climate, I have significant data of weather, of monsoon, tied up with agriculture, tied up with crop patterns, tied up with my soil chemical data. All of it together, when you analyze, and you can analyze large amount of data coming in from different ecosystems very quickly, there is significant value add. So all of these are important use cases, and the last part which I would like to say is all of it requires talent. And Sridhar, you spoke about young people being excited about it. And we saw in the policy there's significant focus on how do you nurture this talent. Because all of it would need skilled people to be able to deliver on whether it's your algorithms, whether it's on manufacturing, or whether it's creating these use cases. So all of it together would definitely be a driving part in this search.
Thank you so much, sir. So quantum computers will offer exponential speedups or quadratic speedups for most of the applications, and that's what we will harness with this one. And now imagine we have superconducting and neutral atom based computers available, so you can augment them with CPU and GPU, accelerate AI like anything. With that, we'll move to Satyanarayana Garu, who is a great supporter of Amravati Quantum Valley, and a lot of work is happening at IIT Tirupati. Sir, you are working on atomic clocks at your organization, and then lot of interesting things happening. How are these things augmenting Amravati Quantum Valley? Could you highlight some of those initiatives, sir?
Thank you, Sridhar Garu. Yeah, it's really exciting to see the pace at which things are moving. You know, from June we did the workshop, and already things are being rolled out. Now, one of the key thing here is the manpower, the workforce, the skilled people development that that needs to be done, because this is expected to be a large requirement. And most importantly, the buzz that has been created in terms of the people being aware that this is going to be the future. You know, the Chief Minister has articulated that we have to be the first movers, and we have to create the whole ecosystem. The way whole ecosystem is being created, starting from a policy down to the various infrastructure, to the training programs and so on. And I can tell you, you know, coming from the vantage of heading an academic institution, the state, the way they have send the message across to various institutions that this is important. Now, ASAT along with DST has come up with a curriculum for a quantum minor, where the students do about 5 or 6 courses in quantum, and they get a minor in quantum. And also they have started doing training programs. The main challenge is now train the trainers, the faculty members. How do we train them so that they're able to teach this to the students? And the awareness is so much. Other day I had someone from veterinary college showing up in my office and saying, what do we do about this quantum? We've been, we got these instructions that all of us create awareness and so on. So that's the level of awareness that we're talking about. So through the APSHI, Andhra Pradesh State Council for Higher Education, and others, they have started rolling out this. Andhra University has started a BTech program in quantum technologies this year. We at IITs and ISC, we are always very cautious. We do things only when we are sure we can deliver. We have a lot of courses we teach on quantum technologies. For example, in our undergraduate program, every student, whether it's a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer or a computer science student, has to compulsorily do a course in quantum, which we brought into curriculum 3 years back. So it's not something that it's because of this, because we saw this coming. Similarly, every student has to do a course in AI/ML. It's part of the curriculum that everyone is exposed to this. So that is the level of training. Now our big challenge, the big challenge is, where are the teachers to deliver this content? Okay, whether if you're going to offer a minor, or if you're going to offer a bachelor's program or a master's program in quantum technology, how do we scale this up fast? And so we're going to be launching a number of faculty development programs across the state in various levels. The APSHI program that they're launching is to create awareness. At IIT Tirupati, we have come up with a curriculum where we will create hands-on people using hands-on training with very focused training, bringing in faculty members who will deliver this. Of course, there are many verticals as already brought out. Quantum computing is probably where the maximum demand is going to be there. But if you have to create the whole ecosystem, we need people with a strong background in the quantum materials and sensing and communication area. For example, at IIT Tirupati, we have major projects in atomic clocks, as already pointed out, along with Vedugopal Garu is also here from NPL, CSAR. We are working on atomic clocks. Under the National Quantum Mission, we have a pretty big project on quantum communication. It's called a multi-mode quantum repeater network for entanglement distribution-based quantum communication. Part of the IIT Madras hub on quantum communication, a 25 crore initiative that's going to be set up at IIT Tirupati with a lot of hardware-related work. It's not just computing, but a lot of hardware work. So these are all the various initiatives that are going on. In fact, next week, on May 2nd, 3rd, as a part of the Quantum Communication Hub, we are running a 2-day workshop, a hands-on workshop on quantum computing and quantum communication information, where people will be brought in and made to use this software hands-on, not just theoretical work. So a lot of these initiatives we are rolling out. And but one thing that, since the Honorable Minister is here for education, is we need more people in the state going into pure science. You know, the fundamental basis for many of this is pure science, and not many people from Andhra Pradesh are keen on pursuing careers in science. They're keen on pursuing careers in technology and engineering and money-making related initiatives. But when it comes to pure science, to give you an example, we have an ISER, the premier science technology institute in India, IIT. 65% of my students at IIT Tirupati are from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. 65%. It's a national institution, open competition across 65%. ISER is equivalent to IIT for science. Only 5% of the students are from Andhra Pradesh, okay, in ISER. There are more students coming from Kerala and West Bengal. Between them, they occupy 70% of the seats. They are the only two states that seem to be very passionate about science. Science is absolutely essential. I think we need to create some Actually, if you look at the intermediate level education, I'm told the highest percentage of students studying science in intermediate is in Andhra Pradesh, but not many go into studying science. They all want to. So this, I think, also we need to do if we have to be a very strong top 5 quantum hub in the world. We need to have people coming with a very strong science base. Thank you very much. And
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for highlighting all those things. Dr. Reddy ji is not on our panel, but I'm excited to ask one question. Sir, do you sleep at all? So, yeah, many of the people in this room will watch for Dr. Reddy ji and his speed of execution. So he has put National Quantum Mission in action, and many of your beneficiaries of the National Quantum Mission, and he works at record speed. So I'm not going to ask any questions, sir, but I would request our minister, sir, Reddy ji is working at express speed, and we have shown that in the last 8 months, we can work at speed much faster than National Quantum Mission, and he's also helping in that one. So, yeah, maybe you can highlight some of the initiatives that are happening, sir, where we will definitely assure them that we can beat them at speed.
Yeah, all of you like to put me in the spot. I'm here to learn. I should be sitting there. CMO made me sit on this side of the table. But see, the point is, Mr. Naidu is known for his speed, right? And we are all pretty much ingrained that we are here to deliver. See, the idea, the point that Sir has just said, education is going to be the most fundamental thing, right? That's the gateway into, research or even building the entire ecosystem. Without the most fundamental block, then we are missing. So these are points that we are going to take it up quite seriously. We'll have to encourage our youngsters to look at it. Parallelly, it's important to have panels like this, discussions like this, so we can inspire the youngsters here to look at that this is an opportunity of the future. Because everyone knows, I take computer science, I get a job, or I go into startup ecosystem, but not many know, including me, what is quantum, what does it take. So I think more and more discussion like this will enable us to sort of get the focus into the and thrust into the sector from an education perspective. From speed, all I can say is we are here. We are here to get things as of yesterday, get things done, and I think we have done reasonably good in the last 17 months to where we are today. But I think the foundations have been laid, and now we need to accelerate in terms of our mission. And I look forward to working with Sir here to really look at how Andhra can contribute substantially to India's quantum mission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
And no more
Thank you
questions
your
for me,
leadership.
yaar.
No, sir.
Please.
No, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your leadership and guidance. Amit ji, yeah, so you are our partner at Amravati Quantum Valley. Again, you're bringing this Atmanirbhar concept into India. So can you highlight some of the things that you're doing in Japan and the model that reflects in India, and also talk about the Quiz-Kit community of India, how we are shaping up?
Definitely. Japan has some unique things. They took an aggressive step a few years ago by, being one of the first few countries to bring quantum system on site, working with IBM. Now they are bringing their third one. Okay. So they are actually a good poster child to look at and to learn what is it that they did. One of the big things they did is they really brought the core researchers in Tokyo University, Keio University together with the industry like Mitsubishi Chemicals and others to go deep. and to really understand these problems and try to solve, innovate. So that's something definitely is worth understanding and bringing here. But I think India has some unique advantages that even Japan doesn't have. IBM did this aggressive thing 9 years ago of putting a quantum computer on the cloud and making it available for free to anybody in the world. Even today, our quantum computers, we built more than 80 quantum computers and put them on the cloud or deploy them in the systems of different countries. India is the second largest user of these systems. More than 77,000 Indians have learned quantum computing already. Japan doesn't have that, right? So the groundswell and the interest that the citizens have, the learners have, the school students, the college students, the professionals have, is just amazing. And with Amravati Quantum Valley, with NQM, I think one simple way I think about it is NQM creating tremendous supply of technology, and Andhra Pradesh is creating the grounds for the demand, right, to bring the demand, the ecosystem. But now, to your point, sir, about accelerating, I think we have to harness all of this to really go deeper, where in different sectors, look at actually how do we bring the different stakeholders like companies, researchers together to become serious about understanding the state of the art, and not just building theoretically, but to look at the problems that are relevant to Indian industry, Indian governance, and apply these techniques to those problems. And that's what we are hoping. It's very exciting that one of the areas where Andhra Pradesh is looking to start is around algorithms, of course hardware too, but algorithms is a very critical control point. It is where you actually can develop the understanding of how do you make quantum computing useful. And I think that's where India has a big opportunity with this huge interest in the citizens. If we can develop useful applications, that control point allows you to understand what hardware will be useful also and who can use it. So we are very excited and looking forward to being part of this.
Thank you, Amit ji. Yeah, I think just a message is coming. So most of you are also hungry. So before your hunger turns into anger, you have to close the session. So we'll continue. So we now move to Mr. Ganesh from Microsoft. So he's leading the quantum, AI stack, and they're working on bringing an AI stack which will augment quantum technologies. So can you highlight some of these things, how there is a symbiotic relationship between quantum and AI?
Absolutely. So thank you. I'm really honored to be part of such distinguished personalities here. And I applaud the Andhra government and the central government for their audacious ambition to bring quantum technology to India, and the speed at which execution has happened, or what I've seen so far, has been impressive. So I work in the space where we try to look at these kinds of technologies and see how AI, quantum, supercomputing, and these kinds of technologies come together to accelerate the pace of scientific discovery, right? And it's very, very important to see how at a subatomic level we actually can use quantum computers to come up with very precise models. You can use quantum computers to train models such that these models can accelerate scientific discovery, right? So building those kinds of models in-house locally will be very critical for drug discovery, material sciences, and a lot of other areas. So we look forward to bringing our software stack, our cloud technologies, and our expertise in AI to essentially help build an end-to-end pipeline of technologies that all come together to solve the problem of scientific discovery or any challenging computational problem that we have today. So I also wanted to, Professor Satyanarayana brought a very important point, right? We are at a very crucial point where technologies like quantum and AI are coming in and are changing the way we work. As a software engineer, we are changing the way we write software. We are not, at this point in time, allowed to write software. If you ask me, we are supposed to have AI guide us in the journey of writing software. And when you look back and see, when we have a large workforce or a large group of kids graduating from college, what should they be doing next, right? It's learning pure sciences and having that appreciation for real-world fundamental problems that require deep expertise is critical, right? And you are, as a computer scientist or whatever, in search of a problem to solve, and having pure science background is really, really critical for the next phase of discoveries to happen. And I'm looking forward to seeing very cool discoveries coming out of all the amazing technologies that are being put together here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ganeshi. And what he's certainly telling is we need not write code. They will write code using Copilot. And then we focus on sciences. So that's the message that is coming from Microsoft. Okay, so we have Vishal. He's fluent from Finland. So Vishalji, you accelerate quantum computers. Can you highlight your vision for Amravati and what are you doing here?
No, absolutely. So first of all, thanks for the opportunity. And what I can also acknowledge, everybody has talked about the speed of execution of the AP government and the whole plans around Amravati. So I can see that. And as they say that people need to walk the talk, everything starts with intent. And by essentially buying, which is arguably the most powerful quantum computer right now from IBM, and then complementing it with the kind of a next one from, and it just shows that the intent is there. You want to come here with a big bang. And on top of that, when you go and see the infrastructure that you're building, so we are all in awe, and now we have to stand up to the next step. So just to briefly introduce ourselves as a company, we spun out of the University of Oxford in 2021. My co-founders were academics, and are academics, and they really were the first ones to come up with the idea that how to use AI and machine learning to accelerate the development of quantum chips. We were able to prove that in a fully automated way, whatever used to take a few weeks to be able to test a quantum chip, now at the press of a button, you can do it in 20 minutes. It was a challenge that was thrown to us by Professor Will Oliver from MIT, who said it's the holy grail to be able to automate 2-qubit gates. And we were able to show it at the beginning of the year. And the benefit of that is that our customers in Taiwan, who used to do about 7 to 8 R&D cycles in a year, are now doing about 300 R&D cycles a year, and they want to move to 2,000 R&D cycles a year. So what that really means is that when it comes to technology, rate of iteration defines the winners. And that's what we want to do here. So, and our goal is that over the next 5 years to build about 100 reference systems, which will be really the core of building all the quantum components from cables to QPUs, from amplifiers, which all need to be built here. And what I'm very delighted to see that as far as the policy objectives are concerned, the strategic objective 7.1A says the living lab infrastructure, AQL will create India's largest open quantum testbed, Q-chip-in, enabling pilots and end-to-end access to quantum hardware and tools and expertise around multiple sectors. I think there's no better way to say what we are going to do at the Amravati Quantum Value.
Thank you so much, Vishalji. I think you should meet Bhaskarji after this meeting and then get your order. MO is there. It's as of yesterday, sir. Everything will happen. Srinivasji, so you bring a very complementary capability in terms of security aspect to the quantum, and you spent some good amount of time in this space. So is there a aha moment?
Yes. We like the anti-use case of a quantum computer. They're all great use cases. I think Mr. Dhar spoke about. The only negative is that it's just going to break all the encryption that we have today pretty soon. And when I started 9 years ago, I can't think that we created a company to protect us from a quantum computer even before there's a quantum computer. It's been a tough journey for 9 years. We raised about $25 million in 7-8 rounds. One thing I should say is that people say that India doesn't have the ecosystem for deep tech. I quit my job with a private equity firm to start this. Everybody I met along the way has been so supportive. I think Dr. Reddy is right next to you, sir, sitting there. NQM has been such a wonderful, accelerator for something like that. It's unbelievable. We had a lot of discussions with them. We said, which will probably have some lessons for, the quantum valley. One is that, it's not about the money. It's about creating an ecosystem. For example, the best thing that we believe NQM brought to the table was, look, we built a technology for 8 years. We have all the intellectual property that is required, the hardware, the software, and the use cases. Okay? But what we don't have is actually use cases in India. I mean, the defense has been fantastic. We have a big pipeline of projects with defense. We're working with critical infrastructure now. But what we're really looking for is to start rolling this out to the enterprise market. Okay, I mean, that's where we lack as a thing. Just to add one more, 1999, when I was a little younger than I am today, I actually walked around with your chief minister trying to do something called Genome Valley. And if I look back, it's such a great thing that 25 years ago somebody thought about a Genome Valley. Actually, I had the guts to go and announce and, do a policy, and you can see what happened there. It's amazing to see. I'm on the Bharat Biotech board. We have IKP. It's like probably one of the best clusters you can get for a biotech. I hope something similar happens in
Absolutely.
Amravati.
You have NQM support, you have AQE policy now, and
Yeah,
there's a lot of ecosystem, and your customers are here.
Yeah,
in this
particularly
room itself.
for AP, I have 2 or 3 things just as an input. I'm sure I'll talk later to all of us. I don't want to hold back the lunch. See, one was it's about the 2 things gaps I see. Deep tech is all about money. The funding gap is huge. Okay, we've done with $25 million what some of my competitors elsewhere have done using like $1 billion. Quantum computing is going to be 10 times of that. So you have to think about how to channelize money. I think that's one gap. It's already there. The second thing is that you have to be a user. Like AP can be the first state, for example, to say, all my communication will be quantum safe. Because on one side, you're creating a monster which is just going to break your own encryption. And you're not doing anything about protecting yourself. So I'll stop there, just as 2 inputs.
I can assure you, you have a lot of customers in this room, and AP will also adopt to quantum safe practices very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and there are also many distinguished guests sitting in this forum who are doing some wonderful work, and what Amravati Quantum Valley promises is a great future. And all of you, please, and thank you for joining the mission of Amravati Quantum Valley, and under the leadership of our Honorable IT Minister and NQM. So we are all working together again to make this Amravati Quantum Valley as one of the top 5 global hubs, and we'll all live it to that vision. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Honorable Minister maybe on the stage in front. Maybe we can give the token of appreciation to our panelists. I will be calling the names and we can do the needful. Sir, can you just come forward, please? Dr. J.B.V. Reddy, Mission Director, National Quantum Mission. Can we have a big round of applause, please? Dr. J.B.V. Reddy, Mission Director, National Quantum Mission. Next, we have our session moderator, Mr. Sridhar C.V., Head, India Strategic Initiatives, ACAD Coin. TCS also. Dr. K.N. Satyanarayana, Director, IIT Tirupati. We are not hearing your claps, please. Can we have a big round of applause? Dr. J.B.V. Yeah, we have given already. Mr. Devroop Dhar, co-founder and CEO, Primus Partners Private Limited. Mr. Amit Singhi, Director and CTO, IBM. Mr. Robert Morrow, CEO, Pascal. Mr. Shri Nara Lokesh, Chairman and Co-founder, QNU Labs. Mr. Vishal, Co-founder and CEO, Quantrol OX. And Mr. Ganesh Srinivasan, Partner, STE Manager, Microsoft India Development Center. Can we have a big round of applause for the great panelists and to the Honorable Minister as well. We will be now announcing the MOUs. We will be exchanging the MOUs. So this is an opportunity for all of us to witness the exchange of MOU ceremony. And I request Honorable Minister to stay back. So I will be taking the names and I request only 2 representatives to quickly come on the stage. Yeah. I request all the panelists to please come forward for the photo opportunity, including the Principal Secretary and the Secretary, sir, please. Can we have a group photograph, please? Thank you so much. We are calling StrangeWorks Inc., who's providing the foundational quantum software layer and the workflow platform integrating all systems under Q-Chip IN. Can we just... StrangeWorks. Okay, tell me. StrangeWorks is it? And then next you said YC. I'll tell. Okay. StrangeWorks, can we have you on stage, please? Providing the foundational quantum software layer and workflow platform integrating all systems under Q-Chip IN. Can we have the MOUs, please? Next we have Cybernex, partnering with AQV to build an AI quantum center of excellence in neuromorphic and cognitive computing. C dot. Setting up 250 crore quantum communication COE with QKD and PQC testbeds integrated with IBM Quantum. TACBit Labs, I request them to please come on the stage. Next we have Qubitech, please line up here. Qubitech Smart Solutions Private Limited. I can't hear, can we have a big round of applause please? Next we have QMet Private Limited. QMet. Yes. Developing diamond-based NV center quantum magnetometers for GPS denied navigation. This I have given you. Let them do it. मैं वही नाम ले रही हूँ जो आप मुझे दे रहे हो. Next we have QNU Labs Private Limited. Setting up Quantum Security Academy, Experience Center and Quantum Secure Data Center in Amravati. Can we have anybody from there? Yeah. Delegates, I can't hear the clap. Can we have clap going on? Quindra Venture Studios Private Limited. Q Indra, establishing a quantum and deep tech venture studio and AIF fund to convert innovations into startups and global scale-ups. Next we have Cambridge University, launching the Frugal AI Lab, Amravati in Amravati with AI Sandbox, global programs and support for the 1,000 crore quantum fund. Next we have Visig Networks Private Limited. Demonstrating motor control IoT pilots and proposing 10,000 pre-6G sites across Andhra Pradesh. Big round of applause, please. Next we have Centella Scientific Private Limited, establishing a quantum drug discovery lab using quantum molecular simulation and generative chemistry. Next we have Q Clairvoyance Quantum Labs Private Limited. Establishing quantum labs and developing quantum safe communication products with statewide skilling programs. Fortivu Fortu Technology Innovations Private Limited. Making Amravati India's quantum safe communication hub with test beds, sandboxes and PQC R&D. Quantum Biosciences Private Limited. Launching the Udanam Quantum Sensing Initiative with IISc to solve CKDU using quantum sensing. Quanfluence Private Limited. Can we have a big round of applause, please? deploying an icing machine in AQV for training, algorithms, and startup university integration. Next we have DataQ Technologies Private Limited. Data IQ Technologies, right? Yeah. Establishing a 278 crore on chip photonics R&D and fabrication center for quantum photonic chips and QKD systems. Next we have QAIG Private Limited. QAIG, are they here? Next we have Control OX Finland. Nostradamus Technologies Private Limited. Can we have a big round of applause, please? Next we have Q Krishi Private Limited. They're setting up a quantum R&D office in AQV with a 10 crore investment for algorithm and talent development. Next we have QPI AI India Private Limited. Proposing an 8-qubit superconducting quantum computer Q Vidya at Amravati with value around 10 crore. PQ Station PT Limited. We have Quanastra Private Limited. Developing indigenous SNSPD detectors for QKD through a 12-month with a worth of investment of 4.5 crore hardware program. Can we have a big round of applause, please? With this, we close this session. Thank you so much, sir.